Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my channel if you are new. I hope you'll think about sticking around and subscribing. This week I'm using this Where to Next kit from Scribble Prints Co. to plan out the week of July 19th through the 25th in my Aura Estelle Blossom Planner. I'm using these Planahanna underlays and date dots. You can use my code to save at Planahanna. I'm pulling in some Caress Press hole protectors, rose colored day months, and a lot of sticky essentials tapes. And then these tapes are from Caress Press and a Girl Boss Anna bottom washi overlay. So this week was kind of an interesting week as far as the world goes. It's the start of the 2021 Summer Tokyo Olympic Games. It's been 5 years since we had a Summer Olympics due to the pandemic. And I also traveled to Nashville this week, so I thought this was kind of the perfect kit to use, and right on cue, we have a helicopter flying overhead. I apologize for any background noise. I basically live in a construction zone right by a military base, so you never know what you're gonna get, and apparently today we're gonna get all the noise. But as I was saying, I traveled to Nashville this week, and with it being the start of the Olympics, I thought this kit worked. I couldn't find any other travel kits that I liked from any shop, so this just honestly I thought worked the best because it had monuments from all over the world, none from Nashville, but I thought it just worked for the general feel of travel. But you know, I was an art history major for years. It has like the Taj Mahal, the Arc de Triomphe, you know, the Colosseum, just all sorts of things, you know, the Eiffel Tower. And then I decided to purposely put the box of Mount Fuji on the weekend because that is in Japan, and that's where the 2021 Tokyo Olympic Games are. And I am one of those people that when the Olympics rolls around, usually every 4 years, this time it's 5, which is so bizarre sounding, I just follow them. I love them. I love seeing the uniforms and the flags of all the different countries. I don't know, it's just something that I think is so cool that happens, and I just absolutely love the Olympics. The Rio Olympics were a little more exciting to me because I actually knew somebody competing in them for volleyball. I don't know anybody competing in these Olympics this year, but it's just still so fun. If you watch the plan with me that I put up on Monday of this week, the 26th, I was actually had the Olympics on in the background as I was doing the voiceover, which is not the case today because I actually want to pay attention to this. So anyways, I just thought this art was perfect for marking the Olympic Games because I only saw one shop come out with Olympic art, and considering the Olympics is a world event and includes so many different cultures obviously and the world, I just figured more shops would have done more things, come out with scripts, foil art. I don't know, I was a little shocked by that. So hopefully for the winter 2022 Olympics that start in February, we'll see some of that because I really hope so. I decided to pair this kit with these Planahanna underlays that have these paper planes and hearts on them. I just thought paper planes, they kind of worked for traveling, and I just thought the hearts represented my love for the Olympics and the world and just how unifying I feel the games are every year. I don't know. Do you watch the Olympics? I really want to know. Comment down below if you are somebody that is into the Olympics, or do you just care less and you could skip it? Because obviously I'm obsessed with it. I think it comes from before I was even born. My grandfather got to carry an Olympic torch in the LA Games in the 80s, and my parents have that Olympic torch hanging in their house my entire life growing up, along with a replica gold medal. And I don't know if that's where my love for it like stems from, just remembering my grandfather and that he got to do that or what, but it's a big part of my life every, 2 to 4 years when it rolls around, and that is why I decided to use this kit essentially. And the fact that I was traveling, although I do think had I not been traveling, I think I would have used this kit. If you watched my kit preview for July, I'll have it linked up in the cards if you didn't. But if you did, this was originally supposed to be the week I used the Glam Planner Ursula kit, but I realized the Olympics were starting and I was traveling, and I always wanted to purchase this kit or an art, or like a kit with this art, and I just never had, and I thought this was the perfect excuse to finally use it because the art history nerd in me just felt like I needed it. I studied a lot of this architecture in school. I've seen a good portion of it in person as well. So it was my excuse to finally buy this kit, and that is why the Ursula kit got booted. This just felt like it worked better. Here I am putting Fuji in the sidebar to represent the Olympics. I might have used a box if there was a box for, I don't know, the Grand Ole Opry or something in Nashville, but there wasn't, so I thought this was the most appropriate box for the top. Although it's not my favorite box, actually one of my favorite pieces of architecture and buildings of all time is the Colosseum, which is why I put that box on Thursday to highlight it, because I just adore it. When I visited it, when I went to Rome, it was like my favorite thing we saw in Rome. I love it so much. So that's why I highlighted that box. Here I'm just using a little hexagon from the kit and kind of wasting most of this overlay to put over it for the top corner, and I cut the excess off there and put in my rose color days, silver July month. I thought about using gold with this kit because there is some gold sparkles, but I have like 8 weeks of gold in a row coming up, I've realized, which is a bit excessive, so I figured I would use silver just to try to break that up, because it's gonna be a lot. This washi is from Girl Boss Anna. I just thought bows might have been a little much, and I thought this kind of mirroring falling confetti to like the flowers would be a good balance down there, and I really like how that came out. The extras for this kit were no longer available when I purchased it, so I couldn't get like a 15mm strip or anything like that, so this is just what I did. I used what I had in my collection, and I think it came out great. I was talking to Emma of Emma K Plans about how this is the first kit in a long time or base, spread, etc., that I'm fully obsessed with. For some reason, this just gives me all the feels and almost has reinvigorated my love for planning. Not like it went away. I've obviously love planning and I post every week, and I've been posting more videos than normal to my channel recently, but like, oh my god, it just made me want to plan all the things. I feel like I had a couple off weeks and my planner mojo just felt a little off. Like the Moana kit before this, a lot of people said they think it was one of the prettiest spreads I've ever done, but for some reason it just doesn't feel that way to me when I look at it. I don't know. I just feel like I've been in a planner funk, and this spread, like, did it cure the funk, okay? I don't know if you guys get what I mean, or if you've ever been in kind of a slump, uninspired maybe, I don't know. I kind of just lost all train of thought and what to talk about. So all the full box overlays I used in this kit that are on the full boxes are all overlay tapes from Sticky Essentials, and then these heart glitter or these heart header overlays are also from Sticky Essentials. I actually got the hearts in a grab bag, and I thought since the underlays from Plannahannah had the hearts with the paper planes, I just wanted to pull in more of the hearts, and I thought using a heart like confetti looking header was a good way to do that, because it almost at first glance just looks like confetti, so it's not overwhelming with hearts. And I don't know, I don't ever use hearts a lot in my planner, I feel. I don't know why. I don't have that much heart foil or anything, so this was my excuse to use those. And then these hole protectors are from Rose Color Days. I thought about using my freebie from Plannahannah, the quote box, but I just wanted to leave it simple, I don't know, and just showcase the art, because like I said, I can't quit talking about the art of this kit. I just love it. This, like, the art history buff in me, you guys, like, oh my god. I just realized I didn't put something in my planner that I wanted to. Oh no. This is upsetting. Well, I'm going to have to do something off camera about this, because we went to how my art history buff in me is so upset. We went to the Parthenon one day when we were in Nashville. Okay, I am so upset about this. Wow, I haven't done that like that in a long time. Okay, going into the day by day, because I feel like I'm going to be rushed now. To mark flying to Nashville, I used a Plannahannah plane. Then I used a Glam Planner Lolly to mark being really delayed in our layover in Dallas. I used an Olive Studio French fry doodle to mark that we got TGI Fridays while in Dallas. I barely ate. I don't know, when I fly, I don't like eating or drinking a lot. Then we got McDonald's, so I used a Miss Jess Plans burger to mark that. I do have a code for Miss Jess Plans. It is Rosey20. Any codes or referral links or discounts I know of are linked in my description box in alphabetical order. Then I used a Teddy Plans Co. Girl to mark reading. That script is from Letters to Apollo. And then I used a Stick with the Plan Co. sticker to mark checking into our hotel. Moving into Tuesday, I used a Once More with Love coffee cup and a piece of toast that I can't remember where it's from, but I want to say Fox and Cactus, but that could be wrong, to mark eating at the Laughing Library. Then I used an Olive Studio pizza to mark eating at Herban Market. I used a Mr. and Mrs. Mint House to mark house hunting. That's right, I don't really want to talk about it right now. We'll talk about it more if it ends up happening. Then I marked Steak and Shake using this little Coca-Cola that I had in my collection. I don't know where it's from. I used a paper and milk popcorn bucket to mark getting popcorn. And then I used a Sweet Ava's paper cat holding a guitar to mark going to the Grand Ole Opry. And then under the extendable where I put that plain full box, you'll see when I put my scripts in, I'm going to put all the artists who played at the Opry that night. Moving into Wednesday, because I'm behind, I used a Glam Planner Honey and Bun to mark that I was throwing up all night. I didn't even drink. No idea why. My stomach just decided it was going to hate me. Then I used these Fox and Cactus pancakes to mark going to the Cracker Barrel, because I could only eat pancakes basically. I used another Mr. and Mrs. Mint House to mark going house hunting. Then I used this Sugar Box Stickers doodle to mark getting Mexican food. I used an Olive Studio sticker to mark taking a nap. I used a paper milk cocktail to mark eating at the Patterson house, and then I watched Big Brother. I marked Big Brother the same way every day this week, which is with a Glam Planner Zing Bop and a Big Brother script from Plannahannah that is a custom. Moving into Thursday, I used a Sticky Committee cat to mark my 4-year adoptiversary with Olivia. Then I used a Mr. and Mrs. Mint House to mark going house hunting again. I used a Fox and Cactus spaghetti sticker to mark getting Italian food. My diploma came in the mail according to my dad, so I marked that with this Glam Planner Teeny. Then I used a Miss Jess Plans sports bra to mark going to Lululemon. We ate at the Commons Club that night, so I used a Mr. and Mrs. Mint fork and spoon, and then I watched Big Brother. Moving into Friday, I marked the start of the Tokyo Olympics with this Coffee Monsters Co. sticker. I used a Benevis Creations bagel sticker to mark getting Tootsies. Then I used another Planahana plane to mark flying home. I used this Glam Planner Lolly on fire to mark that the check engine light came on our airplane, and when we landed, we had a bunch of fire engines and stuff around us. I took a nap on the next plane, so I used an Olive Studio sticker to mark that, and I used another olive to mark eating pizza. Moving into Saturday the 24th, the first thing I marked using a Fox and Pip Girl was that the Fall Out Boy, Green Day, Weezer, Hella Mega Tour started. I used this paper and milk sticker to mark that I signed up and ordered some Monet, which is hair care. I watched the Olympics, that is with a Coffee Monsters Co. sticker. I used a Once More with Love Mahjong sticker to mark playing with my mom. Then I used another Coffee Monsters Co. sticker. This one is Piglet to mark playing Disney Emoji Blitz. I use a Miss Jess Plans TV to mark that my collaboration with Emma K. Plans went live this day. I apologize for Lucy barking. Then I used a Glam Planner Lolly to mark eating a salad and breadsticks for dinner. Then I used this custom of my icon to mark that I spooned Lucy that night with my arm around her. She never lets me do that, ever, so I had to mark it. The first thing I marked on Sunday was that I had a coffee and salad for breakfast. I was just craving another salad. The salad is from Fox and Cactus, and the coffee is an old Glam Planner sticker. Then I used another Glam Planner Lolly to mark that my coolant level was low in my car and I had to fix it. Then I used a Once More with Love sticker with a Piper Paper Company script to mark doing the laundry. I watched more Olympics, and that is from the Coffee Monsters Co. sheet. Then I used this Fox and Pip planning sticker to mark filming, editing, and uploading. I used these Paper Shire onion rings and an Ilza Planned It script to mark getting Dairy Queen. And then I watched more Big Brother. Here is what I have left over in the kit this week, so I did feel like I used quite a bit of it. Here I am just going through and putting in the scripts that I made myself. I feel like I say this every week, but if you are new here and you don't know, I do have a video on how I make my own scripts, so I will link that up in the cards for you as well as in the description box, because I feel like it's useful. I don't know. When I wanted to know how to make scripts, I wanted videos like that from people that I knew, people that I watched that knew how to make them. Like, I didn't want to go to somebody I prefer it from somebody I already watch and know, if that makes sense. I really do feel like I'm loving having a whole year without my handwriting in it, although as I go through the year and we're coming up on my 1 year of only using scripts and not writing in my planner, it is starting to become more and more of a task. But I like it at the same time. I don't know. It just makes filming harder. So maybe one day I will stop showing me putting them all down and just put them down off camera. I don't know. But until we figure that out, you're getting it in the footage. That is it for this week, friends. I hope you enjoyed this plan with me. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of my future videos, and go ahead and make sure you follow me on Instagram so that you can see what this looks like after I change it for the day that we went to the Parthenon. I hope you all have a great week. If you guys are struggling, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. I don't want any of you to feel alone ever. It sucks, and you always have a friend in me, someone that will listen. Just want to remind you of that. And once again, I'm out of things to say, so this video is going to end rather awkwardly. But I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends.